Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So today, your love lives took over my general messaging reading. I woke up and I wanted to do a reading. I felt very inspired to do a reading regarding messages. So I don't know if I was going to just do messages from spirit or if it was just going to be messages about what's coming in soon, who's coming in soon, like what messages were coming in, but it was just a sense of urgency regarding messages. And so I just kind of did messages coming in soon as I shuffled the piles and laid them out because I didn't have a title. That was the working title for this video. And I did the reading already. So as I did that, every pile had a love related message. So they were all related to a person coming in. And that's good. So you all have people coming in if that's what you were looking for. But it's how and the nature behind it. All three piles could overlap depending on your situation. So do choose whichever piles call you. If it's more than one, it could be. But yes, a strong energy of someone coming in. And as I shuffled, I got right to it. The piles came very easily. As I shuffled the decks, the cards jumped out immediately. It did not take long at all for these messages to come in. So these are very hot, quick, speedy messages coming in for each of these piles. Now, again, these are love messages relating to someone coming in. So choose wisely, but also choose intuitively and make sure that you're picking your right pile. I don't think that'll be an issue today because I don't think they're all the same. They're not the same, but they could be related if your situation calls. So again, choose wisely, but let's get into it. We've got pile 1, pile number 2, and this is pile 3. I'll give you a moment to meditate on your pile. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1. So whatever messages you have coming in soon, who's gonna message you soon or talk to you soon, and what is it that they're going to say? Now I'm just gonna be honest and say that this is completely familiar energy. I feel like this energy comes in a lot. I feel like this connection comes up a lot, this very specific one. Like I said, there's different scenarios that come in, but this group, it follows my readings. Even when, if there's even a hint of relevancy, like if this pile can find its way into whatever reading that's somewhat relevant to their topic, they come in. And yeah, so that's interesting, but that's good because it's a very consistent message. I don't feel like the energy is familiar, but things have changed. I feel like it's the exact same story. So maybe you're not believing it. And if you hear it enough times, you're like, okay, well, this is my 5th, 6th time clicking on an Onyx Earth video. And I pick a pile. I happen to pick this pile because this is the pile that called me. And every time I pick the pile, because this pile isn't always pile 1. Sometimes it moves. It moves throughout the readings. And I don't know exactly which readings because it comes up so often. So if you are new, please go back to the old videos that call you whatever topics and just see if, because again, this story has followed. Every now and then I feel like we get new energy, so I'm gonna not new energy but new messages from that energy. But since we're trying to see what messages are coming in soon, maybe we'll get something new. But just it hit me very aggressively. And even when I was shuffling the pile, it the cards jumped out immediately. They just jumped out. They knew where they were going, and it didn't take me long to get cards for you at all. Now, like I said, I also feel like the reason why these messages keep taking over piles is because you're dwelling on this energy as much as that other person is. And I know I'm going on and on about that before I get into what the reading is, but again, if you are new, you might want to go back to some of the old videos to catch up, because again, we talk about this situation a lot, and it's not a bad situation, it's very good energy. So if I had to have repeating messages, this would be the repeating message I would want to see consistently. It makes me feel good that a lot of you are coming into what it is you're desiring, because this connection is something that's heavy on your hearts, I feel, as well as this other person. I think this is Spirit's way of letting you know that that person is thinking of you as well, even if you may not be in contact, because I don't feel like in this specific situation, I don't feel like there's any ill will. I don't feel like there's any hardships. I don't feel like there was any war, any arguments or anything as to why you're not in contact. And some of you, this is a completely new person. It is. And Spirit just wants you to know that this connection is coming in and to be ready, because it's coming in hot. And those of you that are not in a situation with a person that you know, it could be someone from your past coming back in, because I want to say maybe 4 or 5 different scenarios specifically as to how this energy is coming in. But because again, this is a general reading, I'm not reading for one person, I'm reading for groups of people. So all of you, the situation is different. Now, like I said, this situation is going to happen, period. It's too consistent. It happens. Like, I feel like I did readings daily for about a month, and at least once a week this pile came through. And even the first reading, I took a break, I had some stuff to do. The first reading, the first pile, boom, it's this energy, and it's consistent. So this is going to happen. When, I cannot say, because again, this is a general reading. It's going to be different for all of you. And also, honestly, time isn't as measurable as we like to think it is, especially in this setting of this general reading. So, but Spirit wants you to know that this is coming in hot. These messages are coming in hot. This person is coming in hot. So be prepared. Like I said, consistent messages, stay positive, live your life, don't dwell on this reading. It's consistent because you're on course, you're on path. So you just stay doing whatever it is you've been doing, and don't do anything that you weren't already going to do, so that you don't mess this energy up. Not that I think you can, because again, a heavy divine presence here, because you and this other person are not really in control as much as you think you are. I said that in a previous reading, and it is true, because you keep getting cards. While I see the situation unfolding, you always get at least 1 or 2, 3 cards that let you know that this isn't all about you. There are higher beings, spirit guides here orchestrating this. Today, that card is the Council of Light, which is divine orchestration. Helpers in the subtle realms. That's the only card that came out for that deck. So it is centered in that way because it is the focus. It's not about you and this other person. I mean, it is about you and this other person, but you two are not in control anymore. So just let it happen as it's meant to happen. You will know how to move when you're meant to. Okay? You will. So like I said, it's time. The universe, the divine, spirit guides, they have taken complete hold of the situation. Again, this is a love situation, and you two are being moved together because, okay, I'm going to recap, but I'm not going to recap separately. I'm going to incorporate today's reading with this continuous situation. So, you even have some of the same cards from past readings. So, that's interesting because again, similar cards, but so this Raven's Tarot deck I've never filmed. And what is this? Spirit Animal, whatever this deck is, I haven't filmed it in a while. So you have similar cards across readings, and I'm using different decks. So that's interesting. Now, back to the situation. So the person you'll hear from soon. You have at the top left, you have imagine, deep knowing, no place like home. Very strong sense of coming home. Again, that's divinely influenced, right? For some of you, this will be a new person, as I've said, and they're seeking a home in all aspects, like a physical home, a spiritual home. They're seeking something internally and externally, and they're being moved to find it. They're being moved towards you. Okay, some of you, this person left home for a while and will be returning. This person, again, is seeking home. I'm just getting really strong home energy here. So, and I always do. So the person coming in soon, because I know this is messages coming in soon, but this person has to come in for the messages, because I know that's not today's reading, this person coming in, but it's messages, who and why. So we're seeing who this person is. Again, these are the scenarios. It's either going to be a new person that you meet. It's going to be someone you lost contact with a while ago, like a childhood friend, or someone you tried to get to know, but like the timing was off or something like that. Or it's someone that, it could be your current partner that you just have to separate for work or travel for some reason of some kind, okay? Those are the situations that I see, the options, and anything that fits in with those scenarios, okay? Okay, so look, it's our Hermit card. Underneath those cards, like, you know, the no place like home and everything, you have our Hermit card, and we have the 9 of coins. Okay, so this is very clear tea for some of you, okay? Others of you, this person has been in this energy, but this, I feel like I'm being told, some of you, this is a new energy for this person. So these are 2 9s. That's very single, solo energy. So there, if there was a previous, well, a lot of you have been in this situation. If there was previously a third-party situation, it doesn't have to be romantic. For some of you, those of you that I said this is new, that third-party situation is gone or leaving. Like, you don't have to worry about that. Most of you, it's like work or distance, okay? And with that 9 of coins and that Hermit, which is a 9 card, this person, that, like that third party situation, I'm being told is fading or gone, okay? So, and I may get into that more as the energy develops. We'll just see, because I don't want to take up too much time with reading that, especially since that I have in previous readings. I just want to try to stay on topic. This person, our Hermit, is very lonely, okay? Everything they had to take care of came out to be a success, okay? With that 9 of coins. So all of the work they've been doing, everything that they had to take care of while they've been away or as they're coming back in, it's going to work out perfectly and very successfully. But it's just that this person is very lonely, and that's the strongest energy I'm getting here. Regardless of the situation though, this person is very serious about their work and career. It's kind of it's the primary energy of them right now that I'm seeing, them focused on their work and their career. So that's most likely the strongest third party situation in this pile. Like I said, very successful and financially stable person in their own right, okay? And I hate to do this, but I have to, because it's been consistent across readings. And today, with that 9 of coins and that Hermit card, sorry, it is popping out at me. Very strong Virgo energy in these 2 cards, okay? And in previous readings, I've been seeing that. Now, again, even if it's not a Virgo sun we're working with here, like this person doesn't have to have a Virgo sun. There's just a very strong Virgo placement or aspect somewhere in the chart, because it's here and it comes out a lot. It may just be earth sign, but we get the Hermit a lot, the 9 of coins a lot, I feel. And these 2 cards together being the only 2 that came out of that deck, it just strong Virgo energy. So again, it could be any of their inner planet. It could be any of their inner planets as well. It could be the moon, their Mercury, Venus, Mars, or their rising / ascendant. It could be any of that or a combination of those, or just a very strong placement or aspect, like just that's connecting with this Virgo energy for some reason. Like I said, it's been consistent, so I had to say it. So again, an accomplished and lonely person. So this person is either coming back again or relocating to where you are for the first time. So again, buying a house, renting an apartment with that no place like home, and then you have the 4 of acorns, which is wands, you know, settling down in a new community or a previous community, just settling down in a community, buying a home, renting an apartment, but it's all related to work and career. Okay, so again, they're either coming back from moving to work or both with that 8 of crystals. Now, with the 9 of coins, we have a more lucrative opportunity in the area that either you're in or maybe you'll be moving as well. Just whatever brings this person closer to you, there's going to be a more lucrative opportunity that brings them closer to wherever you are or are going. Okay, and again, this is all orchestrated by spirit to make this person come towards you. And I'm hearing, which is funny, like typical Virgo thinks they're planning and in control. I can say that because I am a Virgo, but this person thinks that they're making business decisions, career decisions. Some of them, they are consciously missing you and they would like to be near you, but they still want to operate from a logical mindset, whether or not they know who you are, whether or not they realize they're coming towards you. They want to operate from a business perspective, a very logical, solid perspective. So they think that they're doing what's best for their job and or career, and they are, but that's for a reason, right? Basically, spirit is guiding them by making this move the best option. But I'm seeing, and this may be new because it doesn't really feel that familiar, this is also a move they're forced to make solo. So some of you, this person has never been out on their own, like they've always had others around them, whether it's friends or family, but not this time, especially with the South Node. You have don't let your past hold you back. So they're going to have to make this move without certain key people that have always made this move with them. Like, it doesn't have to be that deep. Maybe their job has always required them to travel, and there was always this certain mentor or this certain co-worker that they were always a team. They were always able to go together. This time, this person has to come alone. When I say come, I mean towards you. They have to go out on their own, and they're going to have to find somewhere to live on their own, do their own thing in a way that I feel is not very familiar to them. Strong home energy. Again, finding a home, moving away from old friendships, old relationships, old family ties. It's not like cutting off. It doesn't have to be that. It's just, this is a new era for this person, and they have to kind of start a new era with new contacts, new energies, and allowing new people and places and what's the word I'm looking for? A new way of kind of living they have to embrace, I'm hearing. So messages coming in. I said all of that because it was a recap, and some of you have never been here before and you needed to hear that, and the cards were strongly saying that I needed to say it, and spirit wants me to talk. So that's why we had all of the things that were not necessarily related to the messages, but we do have a backstory on the who. Now, once this person stabilizes, right, they'll contact you. Okay, and when I say stabilizes, like in not just necessarily contact, because if this is a new person, you'll meet this person, or you'll reconnect with this person if it's an old person from the past for whatever reason. But I see here, especially with spirit stepping in. Oh, the sun moved, got really dark. This person either has been or will be afraid to contact you, but it has nothing to do with you. It's all internal with that south node. They've made mistakes trusting the wrong people in the past, but spirit is working on that with them, especially their spirit guides. I'm getting strong spirit guide energy here. They are getting lots of messages in general from their spirit guides, and they're more open to it than they've ever been in their lives. So, but I'm being told they're being pushed, not even pushed, shoved to contact, message, or pursue you with that waxing moon card. It says the energy is gaining momentum. The Council of Light, Spirit, they want you to know it's coming as like very quickly, as it can. So just be patient and understand that it's coming and be ready, because it, you know, you're waiting and you may be rushing. I feel like you are, but are you even ready for this? Because it's coming, and when it comes in, you know, don't be scared yourself, because this person is also, I feel like this person may kind of be mirroring your energy, I'm being told. But again, with that Page of Feathers, that's the Page of Swords, lots of communication. So expect communication once they settle in from or with work. Once they successfully get a home, lock in this next project, that's when you'll hear from them. And not only then, but they'll want to talk about this, because this is a workaholic person. I'm getting strong workaholic teas, and that's all that they do. That's why now they're feeling lonely. They don't really outside. I feel like a lot of their friends were via work, if that makes sense. And now that they've had to make this move alone, they kind of don't have anything else going on. And I'm being told by Spirit that this person kind of had to be isolated, because they probably wouldn't have contacted or pursued you if they had that cushion of their past relationships to cling to. Now they're lonely and they have to establish either new relationships or reconnect with the relationships they're actually supposed to be moving towards. So when they message you, they're going to want to talk about their work a lot. So like with Seven of Crystals, they'll want to tell you about how successful it is and how good it is and how they've been building, you know, towards this for a long time with the Eight of Crystals and everything. And they'll probably want to talk about how they had to look for a home and everything. And they'll probably, with that Four of Acorns, also talk about their family a lot, the communities that they're close to and connect with. They'll want to talk about like lots of community, work, home related things with you. So that's what is coming in for you, pile number one. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile two. So messages you have coming in soon. Looking at yours, after looking at pile one, it looks like this is becoming a love reading, which was not the intent, but again, that's okay. That's okay. All piles had a sense of urgency though as I shuffled, so these are really quick messages coming in. I'm not sure when. Like I said, in pile one, the sense of time is very different, the way we perceive it versus what it actually is, the way we try to measure it. So it just, Spirit wants you to know that these messages are coming in quickly. Now, this energy does feel a little bit similar to pile one. So if it called you, you may want to check that one as well, because it may resonate. But okay, so the energy that I'm getting the strongest is that of the person you'll hear from soon, like rather than just the messages, because the messages, even I feel like in pile one, were more almost secondary to the person's energy. So I'll start there. So this person's energy is very stalemate, like they're stalling. And I feel like this is a person you've either been waiting to hear from, or someone you gave up on and will be completely surprised when they eventually come in. Okay, so this person has a serious wall up, but it isn't only due to past trauma. They've legitimately been working on themselves. Lots of inner work with that inner temple card. while trying to balance all of this inner work with their external world, with that 2 of coins and 6 of coins to the left. So they're seeking overall balance. And with that 2 of swords, they didn't want to make any moves during that period. So if you look over to the right of, the bottom right, the tarot cards, this is a person that has a guard up, has been discreetly dealing with issues related to or stemming from something from the past and their family. So a deep sense of loss with that 5 of shells card, something that made them stop, reevaluate, and readjust everything. So the past, childhood, family are all strong themes I feel with that 10 of crystals and that 5 of shells. They lost their entire foundation or stability of some kind, like some strong loss relating to foundations and stability. Some of them were really trying to build or start a family and it fell apart, or something related to their family fell apart, maybe a parent, a sibling. Some of them tried to hold on to people from the past that they outgrew. With that 7 of feathers, some people were moving in a very shady way and they had to distance themselves. That's why there's that guard up, okay? The general energy, though, is a very strong loss of family and past to work through and heal from. And that's this standstill with the 2 of swords and that inner temple card. A focus on the self this person has been doing for a clearer perspective to see who they are, how they should move, and to strengthen their intuition for discernment. Spirit says they've been stuck on that energy for too long, though. Okay, if you notice the tarot cards on the ends of each of the 2 different tarot decks, right? You've got 2 of swords, which is sitting on a decision you're supposed to make instead of making it. And then you've got 5 of shells. I call it the crying over spilled milk card. Traditionally, it's 3 spilled cups, a person's wallowing over, with 2 full cups behind them that they don't see or appreciate, opportunities that they aren't acknowledging. So stuck energy, dwelling, okay? That's the dual meaning. Well, we have a dual meaning, okay? This card, this version of the 5 of shells, rather than 5 of cups, is a firefly. So that's a light shining brightly. That's hope, readjustment, as the card says. And then above it, you have conclusions within reach, okay? This person is reaching a point where they're going to realize that they can't be that way anymore. Spirit's going to trigger them to know that they can't just sit on life anymore. That's why you have a time to give rather than take. You've been sitting, receiving messages, receiving energy, just sitting here trying to receive everything, trying to take everything in, but now it's time to act, move, go, do for them. And that, like I said, that's what this person is being encouraged to do. Spirit is telling them you've been idle for too long, with that inner temple. It's time to move, because you have the crumbling on the other side of that leap card. This is the person, they're clinging to their inner healing, clinging to their past trauma, stuck on this energy, feeling everything. This person has to leap. That's why that's the center card. They have to leap, and that's what Spirit is telling them, especially with the leap following that. It's almost like she's leaping off of that building, tower, whatever it is in the crumbling card, because it's not a stable foundation. Now I know she's not jumping, she's jumping from that mountain or whatever, but those cards together lets me know that she, the person in this card is jumping from a foundation that was not stable. It was crumbling and they had to jump for their life. That's this person we're talking about right now. And like I said, you know, this person doesn't really feel good enough or ready to pursue you. They have a lot of trust issues, but that pursuing you is something that they want to do. Regardless of how this person feels, whether they feel ready or not, spirit is pushing them in to do so with that leap. And they want, spirit is pushing this person to release the past with that Six of Shells and the crumbling. It's, again, a time to move, a time to give here and now. They're being encouraged to live and enjoy life now, right? They can experience the land of milk and honey now. They don't have to wait for it. So spirit wants you to please be delicate and gentle with this person when they come in, because I'm seeing quick and possibly random messages, lots of confusion, like this person doesn't know how to approach you. And I'm hearing that it's rare that they approach people, so they don't know how. But it's definitely some type of love offer with that portal of your heart. You know, the heart chakra is lit up in the inner temple. This person has very sweet, pure energy. Okay, I feel like milk and honey, that's their energy. And very loving, giving, and nurturing. That's just what I feel. With that Six of Shells, Six of Coins, I just feel like that's this person's nature. Very sweet, very pure energy. Not saying they don't have faults or flaws, that's not it, but their core energy is very sweet and pure. Now, and I'm also seeing again that they don't have a choice but to come in, regardless of what fears and insecurities they have. And they will come in quickly, but they want to develop the relationship with you slowly. So I do see many of them coming in with an offer of friendship, even though they really want to pursue and nurture more with you. And they'll eventually let you know that, but I just see it being like very almost childlike, like, will you be my friend energy. Not saying that's what they're gonna say, but that's just the energy of let's be friends from a very pure, loving space. I don't know. I know it's very odd to describe it that way, but it's very pure. Honestly, it's the sweetest energy. But that's how I feel this person is coming in. That's how I feel them coming in. Almost childlike in a very pure way. And I don't like using the word childlike, but that I don't, for lack of a better term, that's just the words that are coming to me. So again, I don't really have any messages, because I think this person is still figuring out what they're going to say, how they're going to say it. But it is going to be a friendship / love offer coming in from this person, with heavy emphasis on the romantic feelings side of things from this person. So that's all I have for you, pile number 2. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 3, as I said with pile 1 and 2, your messages came in hot for every single pile. It was not hard to shuffle for any of you. They came quickly. Now, pile 3, you're keeping it a little bit interesting. You don't necessarily have messages coming in soon, but it doesn't matter, because I'm going to have to create another name for this video than the one I intended, because the original one was messages coming in soon, but every pile has like a love themed message, which that's not a problem. We just have to rework around how we're gonna put it out there. But yours has a different spin. Okay, so you and or this person is heavy in ancestral work. If not, you should probably get into it. If you're not open to that, if that's not what you want to do, that's fine. It doesn't change anything. But I say this because the ancestral presence surrounding you, this person, and this union is very, very heavy. So your ancestors, their ancestors are watching over you, protecting you very heavily, regardless of how you interact with them. So, and I say that because you have the high priestess, so I assume you have a strong connection, whether or not you realize, with the other side. But again, even if you don't, the ancestors are still here with you. You have the 3 cards in the middle from the, what is that, the Work Your Light deck. You have protection, and it's surrounded by keepers of the earth and break the chain. Now, you probably can't see it, so I'm going to read it out. But the keepers of the earth chain, it says, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Now, that break the chain card says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Now, I know what those 2 cards mean separately, but in this spread, the traditional meaning of those oracle cards don't necessarily apply. I'm going to get into it. So, your ancestors are moving you and this person forward and protecting you on your journey. Okay? Now, whether or not you relate to this title, don't leave if you don't. It's not like labels don't matter. I just use them because this is how I communicate. This is how I read. I just use labels. I have to. Otherwise, how do I communicate with you? But this is most likely a twin flame union, whether or not you know who this person is, if this is a new person coming in, because for some of you it is a new person coming in. I'm going to tell you why I see twin flame. Heavy spiritual influence, the ancestors. I mean, the thing about stuff like that, when ancestors intervene, or spirit guides or angels, just whenever entities not on the physical plane intervene, it's for a purpose, right? And not saying that it has to be a twin flame union. I'm saying that some of you here are, but those of you that aren't, this connection is very spiritual and very destined. It was meant to happen, regardless of what your label is, or if you want one. On the left, you have the soulmates card, and then on the right, you have the 2 Moonology cards, the only 2 from that deck that came out. You have full moon in Libra, full moon in Aries. That's Mars and Venus, right? Traditionally, people would consider them to be male, female, masculine, feminine counterparts. So that's what I see. But also, just because of the ancestral influence, they don't just move people into union simply because. You know, this is almost like a contract between 2 bloodlines. Not saying that's what it is, but that's just the energy of this pile. Like, almost like, not a marriage contract, I don't want to say that, but it's just, I feel a strong energy of these 2 bloodlines coming together, and they will come together. Now, I say that because, and this is some strong, like, I have chills a little bit. Like, the energy is very odd for this pile relating to this person that's coming in, because again, I don't know, I'll probably have to title this video something like person coming in, because it's all people coming in. The energy is very odd. It's just, okay, this person is coming in soon, very quickly, but it's like something or someone was binding this person, especially with that break the chain. You have the 10 of acorns, which is like weighing someone down with responsibility and burdens. You have that temperance card, which I know people don't read it that way, but I'm gonna tell you exactly how I'm reading it. It's just someone is trying to manipulate and or influence the situation, and this is very dangerous for them. I have chill bumps now. That's crazy. It's very dangerous for this other person. I'm going to say third party. I feel like this might be an ex. I feel like this is just someone that, if this is a new person coming in, this is a person that your person has been tied up in a situation with prior to coming in now towards you, or in the near future towards you. And even if this is someone that you know, someone you've been with, this is someone that's being binded or tied to someone they're, currently moving out of. Just, you may know this person if this is a person, like if this person coming in is someone you've dealt with before or know about, then you know that person they're with or have been with. That's the person I'm talking about. Like I said, whether or not you know who this person is, they've been binded from you. Okay? Now that Temperance card, it's here, I see it as tempering in its definition form, like neutralizing, softening the situation, softening your person that's coming in to the situation they're leaving, like trying to neutralize them into staying there, like manipulating the energy, manipulating the person, right? Those of you, all of you, that's why your connection feels stalled. So again, this is a message for singles as well. If you've always felt like someone out there, there's someone out there you're supposed to be with, then yeah, obviously, that is for you. Like, think of it as if love is the one place you've been stagnant in, it's the one imbalance, you've been thriving in other areas and you just can't seem to get your love life right. It's almost like, and again, I don't like to talk about energies because I do believe that everything happens as it should, but everything also is and isn't at the same time. And I know that's confusing, but if you get it, you get it. So if you've been feeling like that, like you feel like you've done everything you could, this person has just been out of your reach because they've been binded, preoccupied elsewhere temporarily, because it was never going to last long term. So, and I say that because for some of you, it's not necessarily someone trying to do root work, because that's a strong energy of workings of some kind, but it doesn't have to be spiritual warfare in that way. The binding could simply be adding additional responsibilities or burdens of any kind onto this person, even physically, right? It doesn't even have to be romantic. It could be an overly demanding family member or whatever. In these cases where it's not a conscious effort, it's just this person is being released and now coming in towards you, right? Like the overly demanding situations. But I'm going to focus on this other person actively trying to temper or soften your person to them, because this is why that ancestral presence is there. Like, it's always there, but why it's so heavy and very active with these fiery cards. You have a fiery climax approaches, you have the 10 of acorns and the A of acorns, like the ace of acorns. You have all of these active energies here, and these two ancestral cards coming out of a deck that isn't necessarily an ancestral deck. It's just supposed to be an inner work your light deck. It's not one of those types of decks, okay? Especially with that protection card. It is not that type of deck. If you know the deck I'm talking about, it's called Work Your Light. If you've ever seen the deck, worked with the deck, it is not this type of deck. So for you to get those three cards together, it's some heavy energy here of binding and ancestors coming to release you or this person. So we're going to focus on that, because I feel like this person's ancestors and possibly being assisted by yours in this unbinding, because for whatever reason it feels like these two bloodlines want to come together. So you two are most likely going to have children, because I feel like that's what's being talked about on the other side right now. So this is your person. Now, this other person that is dabbling or doing whatever it is they're trying to do, because again, trying is a key word here. It may have worked in spurts, or it may have worked temporarily or lightly or whatever, but it was never going to work long term. Okay, so, and I feel bad because this person, even though they have no business doing what they're doing and they did bad things, I don't think they realized the full extent of what they were doing, and they simply chose the wrong one to work on, honestly. So that's why I feel some sympathy, because they're going to deal with it. They are going to get it back, because they're just messing with things that they should not be messing with, and people and things that shouldn't be messed with. And yeah, that's going to come back. And I say that because they really just wanted to keep this person, but went about it the wrong way. But you can't keep someone that was never meant to be with you in that way, especially not long term. Again, that climax of fiery climax approaches card, that's the full moon in Aries. You have the 10 of acorns, you have the ace of acorns, there's Ram, so there's a heavy Aries influence. It could be someone's sign or somewhere in someone's chart, but it doesn't have to be. I honestly just see that as heavy Mars energy, heavy war energy, and the ancestors coming in with a vengeance. That's what I see. And I feel sorry for this person, because they will be punished for their transgressions, period. That's why I have chills. Like, it's something that has to happen. You know, we have the full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome forecast. That's a balancing of the scales. You get what you give. You can't try to bind someone and manipulate them in that way. You know, you can't. And this person's life is probably going to fall apart. I just see that. And I know that's not the point of this reading, but the reading just went off on its own anyway. Like, this whole entire reading I have scheduled for today is just its own thing. So I have to figure out a way to title it. But I need to talk about this person, because this is a very important lesson, and you're probably interested because it is your situation and your life. So we're just going to talk about it. This person's life is probably going to fall apart. And then if you look at that high priestess, there's a mirror being shown, right? I feel like that mirror, even though it's like clear skies in it, it's not. It's clouds, things being distorted, right? Again, that manipulation energy. And this person is going to get that flipped back to them. So they'll probably start to look and behave like the energy that they've been dabbling in. Okay, so they'll probably start to look bad. Their life is probably going to be in shambles for a spell. Like, they're about to get hit hard, because now they've made enemies on the other side. And maybe they have protections around them, but I still see it as things have to balance for whatever reason. So like I said, it's maybe pray for that person, because I mean, you're going to get your person anyway. I don't, and I'm not, the ancestors are going to do what they want to do. That said, they're going to struggle for a bit, but your person is going to be released and coming in towards you. All the way to the left, you have with the soulmates and the breathe card, that person, that connection is going to be able to, air is going to be able to pass through. So you'll be able to breathe, they'll be able to breathe, and they'll be able to move towards you. The entire connection will be able to breathe. Side note, relevant to this, this is probably important for you, because if you've been feeling not just stuck in romantically, but if you've been feeling like heavy, like almost like somebody's been dabbling on you, that's probably why. Like, if you struggled in life and you feel like you like, and it doesn't have to be your whole life, just maybe last year to however long you did, for a while you just feel like you just can't quite get ahead and you don't know why. It's because even if this isn't what you would consider a twin flame union, we're all connected, and the people and things we're supposed to do are all connected. So if the person you're supposed to have coming in towards you has someone binding them, that in turn, in my understanding and energy feeling of the energies, binds you, because while you can go off and do something else, do your own thing, whatever you want, like I said, I feel like it's almost like these two bloodlines have almost like a contract. Again, I don't like saying that, but I don't have any other way to describe it. You're supposed to be doing whatever with this person, and you know, there's things that you and this person have to do. There's heavy conquering Aries energy. There's things you two are supposed to build, actively do together, and I feel like it's been delayed. So that's why you feel like you've been stalled, because the things you need to work on kind of may or may not be directly related to you being with this person, or this person inspiring you to do, and it just hasn't been able to happen because someone's been trying to manipulate the energy. So that's what that breathe card means. Like, it's like, okay, now the connection can start to move, but also you two individually can begin to move. And I don't even think that this person realized that that's what they were doing. Some of you, maybe, like, if this is a true third party situation and you know you got caught up in some mess, maybe this person did directly dabble on you. But so a lot of you, most of you, that's not the case. It's just this person had no idea what they were actually trying to bind, right? They just wanted to keep this person. They don't realize all of the lives that they would affect by trying to do this, which is why you have ancestral energy stepping in to clear it out, because there's things that have to happen that aren't happening, that are going to happen. Like, this is what I mean when, like, okay, so this is why you leave those love spells alone, because 9 times out of 10 you have no idea what you're doing, and the other 1 out of 10 knows better than to try to bind somebody to you, because it's just, you prevent them from doing and going where they're meant to be. Not that you truly can, to a certain degree you can't, and it probably always will backfire on you, because now you're attempting to throw off the balance of all kinds of people's lives. Like, okay, like currently in this situation, this person's supposed to be coming towards you, you know, now they're messing with your life because they want to keep this person's probably supposed to be with you right now. What about if you two are supposed to have children? They're trying to stop the birth of actual people into the world. Now you have, you know, situations where, you know, bloodlines that are supposed to be connected aren't, or are delayed in that connection. You know, what are you two supposed to create together? Are you two supposed to start a business? Now we're talking about jobs other people are supposed to have that will never get created. You know, what if you two are supposed to come in and create a whole new type of thing that other people will use? Like, you start messing with all kinds of things now relating to the world, and lots of other people that you will never even meet when you do these types of workings. Which is why you should just leave them alone. You should just leave them alone, especially when you pick the wrong one and they have heavy protections, whether or not they realize here that will turn on you. Yeah, but I guess the general message here is your person is coming in if you felt like you've been stalled in your love life for whatever reason. I know this isn't a message of about what they're gonna come in and say, like, because this isn't about what they're gonna say. It's just letting you know that they're coming in. This is more energy. Like, honestly, this is a message from your ancestors saying, hey, we got this. Don't even worry about it. If you know who this person is and you're wondering if they're coming back, ancestors like, no, we got this. This is predetermined. We worked this out already. If it's a new person, the ancestors are like, yeah, we know you've been stalled. We know you stalled a little bit. Don't worry about that. We got this. You do that. We got this. So, yeah, just messages from your ancestors in this pile, letting you know what they got going on, what the other person's got going on. I will say, with that 8 of Cups and that 6 of Feathers, like I said, this person is coming in heavy ram energy, so very swiftly, quickly, but also lots of travel involved. Okay, so pile 1 also had travel involved, so it may resonate if you choose that one, because I feel like this could be another aspect of that energy, because that was familiar energy, and now I'm realizing maybe this has something to do with all of that. Yeah, but again, your person's coming in. Whatever was holding them back, whether it was intentional or not, is being released. The chains are being broken, taken off, so that they can now come in towards you. All right, so that's all I have for you, pile number 3. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.